Please welcome the role model of women empowerment, Sunitha Krishnan.
Namaskar. First of all, I would like to salute each one of you. सबको मैं सलाम करती हूँ. इतना लंबा चौड़ा इंट्रोडक्शन किसी का सुन के आप सोए नहीं. मैं हैरान हूँ. I am truly grateful for your patience, your compassion, your empathy towards me. कि इतना मतलब एक पूरा ही भगवद गीता ही पढ़ लिए मेरे बारे में. And therefore the expectations about me is very high. But Dr. Milind, thank you so much. I hope I do justice to the heavy introduction you have given me. मैं Dr. Praful की शुक्रगुजार हूँ. He's been insistent that I've come. बहुत मुझे अच्छा लग रहा है यहाँ आने में. मैं जानती हूँ मेरे स्पीच के बाद, मेरे प्रेजेंटेशन के बाद बहुत गाना बजाना होगा, बहुत अच्छे डांस ये होंगे, लेकिन अगले 15-20 मिनट I would like to take your attention on an issue which is of dire importance. और इसलिए मैं चाहती हूँ कि एक बार आप अपनी साइड के बंदों को देख लीजिए. कोई सो रहे हैं तो थोड़ा जगा दीजिए उनको, क्योंकि मुझे सोते हुए कुछ चेहरे नजर आ रहे हैं, दिख रहे हैं. क्योंकि इतना लंबा इंट्रोडक्शन था, सुनते सुनते सो भी रहे होंगे, तो प्लीज थोड़ा सा उन्हें उठा दीजिए, क्योंकि ये बात सुनना है आपको. ये बात आपको ठीक तरह सुनना है, और उसको बताने के लिए I have come from so far from Hyderabad. Let me start with two stories. मेरे लेफ्ट में, actually my right, छोटी सी बच्ची है, 9 साल की बच्ची है. She's just 9 years old. In her 9 years, she has seen it all. She's an orphan. She was brought up by her aunt. अनाथ बच्ची है. उसकी मौसी ने उसको पाला. 4 साल की उम्र में, at the age of 4, she was sold to a tea stall, to work in a tea stall. At the age of 5, this child was sold to a pimp, a broker. 5 साल की उम्र में उसको एक भड़वे के हाथ में बेच दिया गया. From the age of 5 till the age of 9, for 4 years, this child was raped by thousands of men across the country. Shillong, Meghalaya से है ये बच्ची. She moved from Shillong to Pune, to Budhwarpet, to Chandrapur, to Vani, to Mumbai, and then finally thrown in Hyderabad before a highway. मेरी left में is a 3-year-old child. This child is not an orphan. This child is not even from a poor family. मतलब एक गरीब फैमिली से भी नहीं है ये बच्ची. This child's father is an IIT graduate from Kanpur. IIT Kanpur के graduate हैं. And he got a job as an assistant professor in a small town in Orissa called Gurupur. यहाँ पे काम पे गए. उस दिन 3 साल की अक्षया का पहला दिन था स्कूल में. इसको भागते हुए देखती हूँ तो मुझे उसी अक्षया की याद आती है. 3 साल की बच्ची अक्षया एक अच्छे कॉर्पोरेट स्कूल में, आज उसका पहला दिन था स्कूल जाने का. She went to the school. शाम को जब घर पहुंची, when she came back home, she was crying. माँ ने ऐसा नीचे देखा, child was bleeding profusely from down. They rushed this child to the hospital. Gynecologist checked, pediatrician checked, and they said somebody had inserted a blunt object inside the vagina, most probably a fist. मैं 2 कहानी मैंने आपको बताया है. 2 stories. One, a story of a child who has been subjected to the worst forms of human rights violation, repeated rape, a sexual crime that has got a commercial manifestation to it. रोकड़ा है, पैसा है. Another a sexual crime that can happen to any one of us, any one of our children, any one of our daughters, any one of our near or dear ones. Most often, we believe, we believe that we are safe. हम लोग एक आइवरी टावर में बैठे हुए हैं आराम से ऊपर. हम सोचते हैं हमसे हमारे साथ कुछ नहीं होगा, हमारे बच्चों को कुछ नहीं होगा, हमारी बेटियों को कुछ नहीं होगा, हमारे बेटों को कुछ नहीं होगा, हमारी बहनों को कुछ नहीं होगा. जो भी होगा वहां होगा, उनकी बेटी को होगा, उनकी बहन को होगा, लेकिन मेरी बच्ची या मेरी बहन को नहीं होगा. That is the thought we have. Unfortunately, in this world of technology, in this world of era, and in this today's times, it has changed. Each one of us is vulnerable to the sexual crime. According to the NCRB report, every 22 minutes, somebody is getting raped in our country. Out of that, 25% are children, or children as young as 3 months, as young as 6 months, as young as 1 year and 2 years and 3 years old. There's no age bar for sexual crimes. Any sexual crime for that matter. But it starts, कहाँ से शुरू होती है sexual crime? Eve teasing से, molestation से, abuses से, रोड में चिचोरी करके, वहां से grade बढ़ता हुआ जाता है. Then it comes to rape, stalking, gang rape, and graver forms of sexual crime. When you take the next part, sexual crime with a commercial element to it, it is even more worst. वो और भी घिनौना है. हर 10 मिनट हमारे कंट्री में एक इंसान बिक जाता है धंधे के लिए. Every 10 minutes a human being is sold in our country for prostitution. And among the people who are sold, 45% are children. The youngest child I have rescued from prostitution is just 3 years old. ये crime की खासियत ये है, it is not just a crime, it is an industry. It's the third largest organized crime after drugs and arms. What we are talking is about human trafficking, यानी इंसान की बिक्री, छोटे छोटे बच्चों की, औरतों की, लड़कियों की, लड़कों की बिक्री धंधे के लिए या वेश्यावृत्ति के लिए. Now, one of the biggest things that I feel, एक कोई बच्ची एक सेक्सुअल क्राइम अंडरगो करती है, वो क्राइम से एक इंपैक्ट होता है. किसी ने तुम्हें रेप किया, उसका एक दर्द होता है, उसका एक घिन होता है, उसका एक एहसास होता है जो अपने लिए बहुत ही घिनौना होता है, लेकिन उसके ऊपर बहुत कुछ थोपा जाता है. One is what she goes through, one is what each one of us impose on her through our attitudes and perception. We think and look at her in a particular way. उसके बारे में सोचते हैं, ये तो चरित्रहीन है, इसी ने कुछ किया होगा, वो क्यों गई रात को पिक्चर जाने की क्या जरूरत थी, उसने वो कपड़े क्यों पहने हुए थे. We create an aura of blame, guilt, shame for any sexual crime. But when it comes to sex trafficking, the attitude and perception of each one of us is running for centuries. हम लोग उनको साइकोलॉजिकली एक्सक्लूड कर देते हैं. धंधे वाली है, गंदा काम कर रही है, वेश्या है, रंडी है, छिनाल है, ऐसे नाम करके उसको साइकोलॉजिकली एक्सक्लूड कर लेते हैं, फिजिकली एक्सक्लूड कर देते हैं समाज से. That there is no entry for her back. And that is why today I take this opportunity, because that is my mission for the last 20 years. I take this opportunity to give you a slight insight on what is the journey of a victim of sex trafficking. एक लड़की जब धंधे के लिए बिक जाती है, उसकी यात्रा क्या है, वो यातना की वो यात्रा क्या है, वो आपको समझना बहुत जरूरी है. समझना इसलिए जरूरी है to understand why this woman, why this child, why this young adult is behaving the way she is behaving. Where does this journey start? This journey starts from an optionless background. Now, what is optionless background? Optionless background could be starvation. एक दो टाइम खाना नहीं मिला. But optionless background also could be consumerism. Please don't misunderstand that only poor people get trafficked. Each one of your daughters, each one of your loved ones is equally vulnerable to be trafficked in this era of technology. 6 months back, we rescued a daughter of an IRS officer, Indian Revenue Services officer. This girl was so savvy on the Facebook. She was so savvy online. 9th standard में पढ़ती है लड़की. Facebook, सोशल मीडिया में बहुत एक्टिव है लड़की. वहां पे किसी से परिचय हो गया. She became very very friendly. इसको एक ही तमन्ना है. She has to somehow become like Aishwarya Rai. She has to become a great actress. Movies में जाना है, बड़ी हीरोइन बनना है. That is all. On the Facebook, she met this gentleman who claimed to be the son of a producer. This girl believed him. She stole 45,000 rupees from her house and ran away to meet this boy in Mumbai. She met this boy in Mumbai who introduced to her auntie, very beautiful, very nice, very smart auntie, who said, देखो बेटा ये फोटो वोटो देखो तुम. And क्या फोटो थे? नगमा, ताबू, माधुरी दीक्षित, all in very compromising photos. सब लोगों ने ये सब किया हुआ है. ये करने से ही तुमको रोल मिलता है. This is the rule of the game. 13-14-year-old girl believes that that is the rule of the game. She is inducted into high level of prostitution. We rescued her in Pune in a resort. And what was unique about the rescue was when we were rescuing, she fought us. She fought us tooth and nail. नहीं आऊंगी मैं. Why? Because she believed this lady 100% is going to take her into movies and make her a heroine in the next few months. In this world of technology where there is brainwashing of different types, please understand optionless is not just economic starvation. पैसा नहीं है, खाने को नहीं है, वो बस ऑप्शनलेस नहीं है. वैल्यू सिस्टम ब्रेक हो रहा है, वो भी ऑप्शनलेस है. कंज्यूमरिज्म ब्रेक हो रहा है, वो भी ऑप्शनलेस है. All these are optionless. In this world of optionless, somebody comes and says, आप बहुत vulnerable हो जाते हो, आप weak हो जाते हो, आपका brain बहुत easily कमजोर हो जाता है. In the state of optionlessness, you become very desperate. इसे भी यहाँ से बचना है, निकलना है, मुझे कैसे भी हीरोइन बनना है या कैसे भी मॉडल बनना है, मुझे कुछ ना कुछ करके दिखाना है, लेकिन I have to leave the space. In that world, somebody comes and says, I love you, भाग जाए. In that space, somebody says, I'll give you a job, I'll make you a heroine, I'll make you a model, I'll do that for you, I'll do this for you. Easily, it is easy to deceive this person. As this person is getting deceived, she does not think 10 साल की बच्ची है, 11 साल की बच्ची है या 12 साल की बच्ची है. She does not think जब वो डेस्टिनेशन में पहुंचेगी वहां पे कुछ मसला कुछ और ही होगा. She does not think that. She believes what is promised to her, that is what is going to happen in the end of the journey. वहां पहुंचते हैं, न्यू स्टोरी बोला जाता है. She's told there is no job here. यहाँ पे बच्चे देखने का कोई काम नहीं है, गारमेंट शॉप का कोई जॉब नहीं है, या हीरोइन तुम्हें बनना नहीं है, तुम्हें तो 40 लोगों के साथ सोना है हर दिन. I have rescued as of this afternoon 9,600 girls out of prostitution, and I have not met a single girl who told me कि मैडम काम के लिए लेके आए थे पर वहां पे काम नहीं था, बोला कि 40 लोगों के साथ सो जाओ. मैं ठीक है, वो नहीं है तो ये है, कर लेंगे करके बोली. Each one of the girls resist being inducted into the trade. The more you resist, more breaking in is done. एक लड़की हमको बताती है, whom we rescued from Baila red light area, a 12-year-old child, that she was kept in a room with a snake, beaten black and blue everywhere till she said, stop, main kar dungi. Another girl whom we rescued from Budhwarpet in Pune told us they took a blade and started cutting her on the side till she said, stop, I will do it. ये लड़की बोली नहीं करूंगी, so they put threw acid on her face. They said, भाई इतने तुमको तेवर कैसे आए? You know, what do you think of yourself? अपने को ज्यादा मेनका या तिलो तुम समझती हो? Acid on the face. This girl, because she resisted, because she said no, she was killed inside the brothel. This picture was taken by another girl whose cell phone we found this photograph of this girl, and then we found out this girl came from Bangladesh. From the day one, from the moment she said, nahi, main nahi karungi, so they just killed her. We don't know where this body is. We have no clue what has happened to this person. But large number of girls, कहानियां बोलते ही या डरा के धमका के ही they get inducted into the trade. They get inducted in a world of slavery and exploitation. What they think when they say yes, they think, अब yes बोलेंगे तो ये torture कम होगा. They don't think when they say yes, they are saying yes to a lifetime of exploitation, because prostitution is only about exploitation. What is prostitution? एक लड़की है, 5 लोग, 6 लोग, 7 लोग depend on this body. There is a pimp, there is a broker, there is a brothel keeper, there is a financer, there is a gunda, there is a police wala, there is an advocate. All these fellows are depending on this body to function. Therefore, this girl has to sleep with 50 people, 60 people, 70 people a day, so that money can be given to so many fellows. She cannot say, आज संडे है भाई, आज जयपुर को जाना है मुझे, कुछ हॉलीडे है, नहीं तो बुद्ध पूर्णिमा है, या कोई दूसरा उगादी है या दीपावली है, मुझे छुट्टी चाहिए. You like it or not, you have to sleep with 40 or 50 people a day, because that many people are depending on your earnings. What is the profile of the 40 or 50 fellows who are coming to you? Are these men who want to have an accountable relationship with you? Are these men who want to get back in the morning, सुबह उठ के बेड में हेलो जान कैसी हो ये पूछने के लिए आ रहे हैं क्या? No, these are men who are buying your body for 1 hour, 1 night, कुछ घंटों के लिए, and they think they can do any damn thing with this body. For 500 rupees that they pay, or 2,000 rupees that they pay, or 10,000 rupees that they pay for that body, for that 1 hour or 1 night, they think they can do anything and get away with it. Each of the girls that we have rescued have told us one common story. That customer who put chili powder in the vagina. That customer who has taken a blade and cut them up everywhere. That customer who has taken a cigarette and hurt them somewhere. That customer who has taken a cigar and burned them. That customer who has taken a belt and beaten them. That customer who has banged their head on the bedpost or the wall to have sex with them. That is the profile of sex we are talking about in prostitution, voluntary or involuntary. But what do we think? हम लोग जो बड़े-बड़े महान लोग हैं बाहर बैठे हुए, जो सबके बारे में सब कुछ जानते हैं, पहचानते हैं, and we are all judges. You know, we have great capacities and PhDs. हम लोग सब चीज में अपना जजमेंट दे देते हैं. अरे ये धंधा वाली है, चरित्रहीन है, वो है, ये है, मुद्रा डाल के उसके छाप लगा के उसका स्टैम्प लगा के उसको साइड में कर देते हैं. We think it is so lucrative. ये तो पैसे के लिए कर रही है, तो शॉर्टकट काम है, काम नहीं करना चाहती है, बहुत आलसी है. This is what we think. How lucrative is this? 12-year-old girl from Hyderabad comes to Ahmednagar और से सतारा और से चंद्रपुर. From Hyderabad to Chandrapur इतना पैसा लगा उसको यहां से लेके वहां तक पहुंचाने के लिए 2000 रुपए लगा दीजिए। माता पिता को 10,000 या 15,000 पहले ही दे दिया कि काम से पहला एडवांस पैसा ले लो। वहां पहुंचते 15 प्लस 2,000 17,000 हो गया। सेठानी 25-20,000 में खरीद रही है लड़की के लिए। ऑल टुगेदर 40-50,000 का इन्वेस्टमेंट हुआ है एक लड़की के ऊपर। दैट बिकम्स द प्रिंसिपल डेट अमाउंट। एवरी डे शी हैज टू स्लीप विद 40 and 50 fellows and clear this debt. Day one फ्रेश माल, यंग गर्ल, छोटी सी लड़की है, 12 साल की है, बिग डिमांड। कोई 30 साल की औरत को नहीं चाहते हैं, कोई 20 साल की लड़कियों को नहीं चाहता है। 10 साल 11 साल का है, बिग डिमांड। सो देयर विल बी हजारों कस्टमर स्टैंडिंग इन द क्यू टू हैव द फर्स्ट टाइम, पहला सेक्स करने के लिए। दे विल पे एनीथिंग टू हैव सेक्स फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम। एंड देन he will not use a condom. He will not use a condom for the first time because he's giving so much of money. वो शायद पहली बार के लिए 15,000 या 20,000 दे रहा होगा, क्यों कॉन्डम यूज करेगा? नहीं करेगा। He has unprotected sex. 2 महीने के बाद what would be the consequence for this girl? In this 2 months she has been raped by many other fellows. In another 2 months she could also find herself to be pregnant. अब abortion करना है, she cannot carry this, गर्भ, she cannot carry it at all. She has to abort it. Imagine going to a gynecologist, we have hundreds of gynecologists in this August gathering, or to a normal hospital, private hospital, public hospital, anywhere. Will not the gynecologist ask कि क्या है ये सब मार्क, ये किसने किया है? क्योंकि 2 महीने में बहुत सारे लोग आके गए ना, सब लोग ने बहुत कुछ किया होगा ना. So what is preferred? Preferred is to go to a quack. Now, if a normal fellow is charging 5,000 or 10,000 for a minor girl to be aborted, a quack will charge 55,000 to 60,000 for the same abortion. Who will pay it? The girl has to pay it. That is also added to the debt. धीरे धीरे उसका debt mount हो रहा है. एक पुलिस रेड पड़ता है, पकड़ते हैं, जेल लेके जाते हैं, और बेल कौन देगा? अगेन ब्रोकर देगा. वो बेल का अमाउंट भी उसको डेट में चला जाता है. Slowly what is happening? She is in an eternal debt trap. For years together, she is clearing a debt. But what she gets as a bonus with this debt, जो हर दिन उसको बहुत अच्छे से प्यार से मिलता है, every day, sexually transmitted infections, venereal diseases, all kinds of diseases, syphilis, gonorrhea, you name it, they have it. HIV, AIDS. Sometimes, more than 61% of the girls that I have rescued have what is called as TBI, traumatic brain injuries, because they have been banged on the head of the wall by a customer again and again. सर पे इंजुरी लग के, untreated illness लग के brain injuries आए हैं. इस तरह के बहुत सारी चीजें उनको they get it as a bonus, including something else like alcohol, alcoholics, drug addicts, hashish, ganja, charas, anything, everything, typewriter eraser, kerosene, petrol, Benadryl, anything, everything that will keep you intoxicated. It's very difficult to sleep with 40 men a day if you are in your sanity. And therefore, you have to be intoxicated every minute for that many number of hours that you are investing. And what does that make of you? You become an alcoholic or a drug addict. This particular girl, day one she comes, she tries, भागने की, resist करने की, नहीं होता. Day 2 she tries, day 3 she tries, day 4 she says, okay, I will stay. I will stay. When she decides for 2 reasons. One, the trafficker is telling her, broker बोल रहा है, सेठानी बोल रही है, भागने की कोशिश करेगी तो मार डालूंगी, तेरा जो फोटो लिया है, पोर्नोग्राफिक फिल्म्स लिया है, तो पहले दिन ही सब कुछ ले लेते हैं, सब तुम्हारे घर पहुंचा दिया जाएगा. ठीक है? Don't try to escape. Wherever you go, you will come back. This is one reality she has to understand. There is a bigger reality that she understands, much bigger reality of the trafficker. That is the reality you and I give her. She knows even she comes out, none of you all will accept her. She knows even if she comes out, none of you all have the heart to give her a space. 15 दिन पहले बुधवारपेट में मैंने एक बहुत बड़ा रेस्क्यू किया। 45 लड़कियों को मैंने बाहर निकाला 1 घंटे के अंदर। उस दिन रात को मैं हैदराबाद से गई थी बुधवारपेट पूना। उस दिन रात को 1 बजे के करीब रेस्क्यू खत्म हुआ। मुझे 6 घंटे के लिए, मेरे को 6 घंटे के लिए एक रूम की व्यवस्था की जरूरत थी ये 45 लड़कियों को रखने के लिए, so that next day morning I can produce them in the court and then take them to Andhra Pradesh. Believe me, for the next 2 hours I made not less than 200 calls to all learned people, wonderful people like each one of you are here who wanted to listen to my speeches 6 months prior to that. जिन्होंने मेरे लिए बहुत तालियां बजाई थी 6 महीने पहले, उन सबको मैंने फोन किया। एक रात के लिए एक हॉल अरेंज करके देंगे क्या? सबने मुझे या तो फोन रख दिया या किसी लोगों ने बोला मैडम नहीं, इस तरह की लड़कियां आएंगी ना, हम लोगों का बहुत रिएक्शन होगा। दिस गर्ल नोज, ये मेरे साथ हुआ है। लड़की को तो 100% मालूम है कि बाहर आने से हम सब लोग यही उसके साथ करने वाले हैं। And therefore, what does she do? She decides, let me live in this world of exploitation. Let me survive in this world of exploitation. उसका मतलब क्या है? Surviving in the world of exploitation. She starts making friends with a pimp, broker, सेठानी, उन सबसे दोस्ती बनाना शुरू करती है, क्योंकि जानती है अगर सेठानी से लड़ती रहेगी, she will not get any money. If she starts fighting with a pimp, she will not get any money. And therefore, she starts engaging with people inside the world of exploitation to survive there. 1 साल गया, 2 साल गया, 3 साल गया, 4 साल गया। एक दिन सेठानी आके बोलती है कि बेटा तुम्हारा तो 4 साल हो गया, you've done so much of work, तुम्हारा डेट क्लियर हो गया, लो 200 रुपया। Gives 200 rupees in her hand. After a few days she comes back, you were getting 200 rupees, right? Actually you can get 20,000 rupees. Why don't you go back to Hyderabad and get 2 more girls? Now this girl comes back, our own Lakshmi comes back to Hyderabad. बहुत अच्छा ड्रेस पहना हुआ है, जिग ड्रेस पहना हुआ है, बहुत जेवर है, जिंग है, और गांव में गई, बोलती है देखो मेरा तो पूना में इतना अच्छा जॉब है, मैं तो क्या अच्छे से काम कर रही हूँ, देखो मेरे कपड़े देखो, मेरे लत्ते देखो, मेरा वो देखो, मेरा ये देखो। हम लोग सब भी वही देखते हैं ना। We give value to a person by seeing their outer appearances, not by the values they carry, right? तो सब लोग देखते हैं, वाह लक्ष्मी तो बड़ी स्मार्ट लग रही है, बड़ी प्रॉस्परस लग रही है। Just imagine, लक्ष्मी is not a stranger, कोई बाहर की लड़की नहीं है, अपनी लक्ष्मी है ये तो, अपने गांव की लक्ष्मी है। She says, हमारे यहाँ पे 2 और वैकेंसी है, every family feels, लक्ष्मी हमारी बेटी को भी लेके जाओ ना। And that is how Lakshmi, who started her life as a victim, promotes herself as a perpetrator of crime. Few days later she thinks, why am I supplying these 2 girls to this lady? I can all myself start one outfit like this. At this point, I want you all to reflect on one thing. 1 minute सोचिए, who is responsible for making Lakshmi a perpetrator of crime? Had we provided her the support when she required it, had we prevented her, had we rescued her when she was sold for it, had we rehabilitated her when she required us the most, you think Lakshmi would have ever become a criminal? At this point, I would like to show this picture. This picture is of a 19-year-old girl. उसके मरने के 10 मिनट पहले लिया हुआ फोटो है. This is a picture we have taken just 10 minutes before she died. Around 20 minutes before she died, she told the doctors कि मुझे मैडम से मिलना है, आप जल्दी से मैडम को बुलाओ. तो यूजुअली मैं जाती नहीं हूँ, मेरी लड़कियां जो मरती हैं, मैं जितनी लड़कियों को रेस्क्यू करती हूँ, आधी से ज़्यादा लड़कियां HIV पॉजिटिव हैं और सबकी मैयत मुझे ही करना पड़ता है. एवरी फ्यूनरल इज डन बाय मी पर्सनली एंड आई एम वन ऑफ द वेरी फ्यू women who conducts cremation and burial or whatever. तो यूजुअली I go after, पहले जाके वो इमोशनल ड्रामा मेरे को होता नहीं. But since this was a very strong wish, I rushed. When I rushed there, I reached this girl. First thing she said is, "Madam, मेरा एक फोटो निकालो." This child was sold at the age of 12. She was in prostitution for 4 years. At the age of 16, हम लोगों ने इसको रेस्क्यू किया. At the age of 17, we found out that she was HIV positive. And at the age of 19, she's dying. And when you see her picture, you see her face. This is not suitable to be photographed. I was like shocked कि क्या बोल रही है, फोटो क्यों लेने के लिए बोल रही है. But आखिरी इच्छा है. I took the photograph and then I asked her. I said, "Beta, why did you ask me to take this photograph?" And she said, "Madam, आप बहुत जगह भाषण देते हो मैम. You give speeches all over the world. बहुत जगह आप भाषण देते हो. Wherever you go, can you please show this picture of mine? Can you please tell the world what is the damages of prostitution so that no girl has a fate like mine?" आखिरी सांस में भी ये लड़की अपने बारे में नहीं सोच रही है. आखिरी सांस में भी she is not thinking about her own self. She is thinking about the fate of million others. And she says, "Madam, can you please show this picture to everybody so that no girl has the same fate as mine." As a tribute to her life, I show this picture in every forum that I address because she to me is the greatest example of humanity. She to me is the greatest example of selfless service, and as a tribute to her life, I take this picture everywhere. It is in this context that I work. मेरा काम ऐसा ही context में है. जब मैंने शुरू किया था, I started by providing education to children of prostitutes. I started with around 5 children. Today, I'm educating around 7,000 children in 17 schools across the country. A very big part of my work is to sensitize people. Sensitize people in the villages, in the slums, in the schools, in the colleges about this problem. But a bigger part of the sensitization is working with men. हम लोगों ने एक बहुत बड़ा movement शुरू किया है. We started a global movement called as MAD, Men Against Demand. We believe not all men are rapists, and I'm sure every wonderful man sitting in this August gathering is a testimony to the fact that you're not a rapist, you're not an abuser, you're not a molester, you're not somebody who's buying sex. We believe real men exist, and that is what is required today. The real men of the world to stand up and say, "No, we don't tolerate this kind of violence." Real men of the world condemn attacks on women and children. And therefore, we've created this global movement of men. Men standing up and saying no to paid sex. And therefore, I request each one of the wonderful brothers sitting in this august audience, please pledge your support for MAD. It is on the Facebook. You can pledge your support. In your programs, anywhere in the country, please talk to men about these issues because that is the need of the hour. Of course, हमारा claim to fame, our adventure and the name and fame that we've got is because we are one of the very few organizations in the country which actually rescues girls from prostitution. We partner with the police. We go as teams inside brothels, inside places of exploitation, and rescue women and children. We have a large team, and what is very unique about the team is 50% of the team consists of survivors of trafficking themselves. As of this afternoon, as I was sitting here, from 2 o'clock onwards, we finished another rescue. We rescued just 3 girls in this afternoon between 2 and 4 o'clock. And therefore, the total number of people that we have rescued as of 4:30 this evening is 9,600. That's the work that my team is doing. I believe rescue is a cakewalk, both simply. You can do a rescue like this. You get an information, jump maro. It's a James Bond activity. थोड़ा सा ड्रामा होता है, थोड़ा मार खाते हैं, कुछ होता है, ये होता है, ये होता है. It's simple. I have been beaten up more than 16 times in my life. My nose is broken, my leg is broken, my back is broken, my ear is broken, my brain was hurt. Chota mota. These are chota mota package deals of doing what you're doing. What is tough is not the rescue. What is tough is rehabilitation. What happens after? Today, I stand before you proudly to tell you that we run one of the biggest rehabilitation centers in the world, which can take care of 1,200 victims at any given point of time. We've been able to create a sense of dignity among thousands of girls that we have rescued. Because, next please, you'll have to watch me. What we have done with the girls is to make them understand that below the layers and layers and layers and layers of pain that they have been subjected to, there is a volcano of power that they can depend on. This learning is something that I have learned in my own life. Having been subjected to extreme pain, isolation, stigma, ostracization from my own people and people around me, one of the things that I understood very early in my life is to depend on the power that I possess. And that's a huge power. That is the power that can help me overcome any adversities, any challenges. We make the girl believe in that power which is in her. I really don't know ना. आप लोग सब अपना दिमाग चेंज करके आपकी आंखें कब खुलेंगी, आपका दिल कब खुलेगा, आपका जिगर कब बड़ा होगा, इसके लिए मैं वेट नहीं कर सकती हूँ. Should I wait till each one of you all changes your attitude and perception before I start rescuing my girls? I cannot wait. So what do? I prepare the girl to deal with each of your rejections, each of your stigma, each of your ostracization. Make her believe that on her own she can stand up. On her own she has the power within her that she can stand up with dignity and face the world. Today we have trained girls as welders. You can see girls doing such unconventional trades that normal women cannot even imagine doing. Girls as carpenters. Next please. Girls as printers, rulers. We've also trained the first batch of masons among girls to work in construction site equal to men, not as workers but as maestries or masons. This is the first batch of masons working in a very big construction site. We started small industries with them. We've explored, this morning Mr. Bogle was talking about corporate social partnership, corporate social responsibility. We've explored what is called as corporate social partnership. We've tied up with various corporate companies to create employment opportunities for these girls. With a hospital, this is with HCL company, we've started assembly line with computers. With a very big television channel, we have started training the girls as camera assistants. With a very big hospital, we have trained girls as patient support attenders. We have the largest batch of security guards, women security guards and women cab drivers who are working with BPOs and call centers. We've also tried some other means of getting them back to the society, and one of them is getting them married. I have got more than 855 girls married. I have around 90 grandchildren of my own. So that is one way that we have tried to get them back to mainstream world. But the larger idea is to go beyond marriage and see that each one of us accepts them back to the society. What can we do? What can each one of us do? Today as I stand before you on behalf of the millions of victims that I serve, there are only three things that I ask of you. One, can you break your silence regarding this topic? क्या आपके अंदर का जो मौन है, क्या आप उसको तोड़ सकते हैं? In your silence, when you're silent within, in your silence, what do? In your silence, you promote a crime. When a father abuses a daughter, when a brother abuses a sister, and you choose to be silent because of family honor, prestige, and every other social dogma that you are following, what are you doing? You're encouraging a criminal. A criminal who believes कि मैं अपनी बेटी के साथ कर सकता हूँ, बहन के साथ कर सकता हूँ, कोई कुछ नहीं किया तो मैं किसी भी बेटी के साथ कर सकता हूँ, बाहर में किसी भी बेटी के साथ कुछ भी कर सकता हूँ. Silence is not about taking a candlelight and going and standing somewhere. Silence has to be broken within our families. Can we talk to our daughters about these issues? Can we talk to our sons about these issues? But first of all, can we talk to ourselves about this issue? Can we break the silence inside us? The second thing that I want you all to do is to break the culture of tolerance. किसी ने एक झंडा लिया, हिंदू का झंडा है या कोई झंडा है, यहां लगा दिया, मुसलमान का झंडा है या कोई झंडा है, कम्युनल राइट. एक बाउंड्री है, कोई कंट्री के बीच में, सब खड़े हैं, guns and everything, arms and ammunition, billions of rupees are invested to save some land. इतने इंटॉलरेंट है हम कुछ चीजों के लिए, हम इंटॉलरेंट है कोई झंडों के लिए, हम इंटॉलरेंट है कोई जमीन के लिए, but we are so tolerant when it comes to the rape of a child. आज न्यूज़पेपर में पढ़ा 3 साल की बच्ची का रेप हुआ, ठीक है, पढ़ लिया, मैक्सिमम, माय गॉड समाज में क्या हो रहा है ये. कल 6 महीने की बच्ची का सुना, फिर ठीक है. How much are we tolerating? Why are we tolerating violence against women and children? Can we create a society that is zero tolerant to any form of violence? Zero tolerant to any form of violence to women and children. Can we do that? Can we talk to our children about that? Can we talk to ourselves about it? उनके घर में हो रहा है, मेरे को क्या फर्क पड़ता है? That is where you tolerate it. And most importantly, can we break our despotence? हम लोग ना, इतना बड़ा प्रॉब्लम है, इतना बड़ा ओशन है, इतना बड़ा समंदर है, हम छोटी मछली क्या कर पाएंगे? I believe, you can see me, I'm standing before you. I'm just a 4'6" person. If I can do this much, all of you all who are 5 foot and above, आप लोग कितना कुछ कर सकते हो? We need to respond. We need to respond individually or collectively. Small things. Can we talk about this issue? क्या हम 2 लोगों को बता सकते हैं कि आज क्या सुना और उनको कन्विंस कर सकते हैं कि और 2 लोगों को बोलो मिनिमम? क्या हम अपनी बेटियों से बात करना बंद कर दें? क्या हम अपने बेटों के साथ बात कर सकते हैं? हर बार हम बेटियों से बात करते हैं, अरे ऐसा चलो, वैसा चलो, वैसा करो, ये कपड़े पहनो, क्या ये कपड़े मत पहनो. क्या हम अपने बेटों से बात कर सकते हैं? कैसे स्त्री का आदर करना है, किस तरह एक इंसान का आदर करना है? Can we start talking that? One action. Can we start taking out that little something from our pocket and say, maybe educate one child in your entire lifetime? Can we think about giving one job to one girl in her entire lifetime, in your entire lifetime? Can we think of doing small acts of response that will take us one step towards what we are doing. कम से कम can we start supporting organizations, crusaders, activists who are doing this job? हम कुछ नहीं कर सकते, at least जो कर रहे हैं उनका साथ दे सकते हैं क्या? There are million ways that you can do it. As Rotary, आपने पोलियो को भगा दिया. Can we create this area as a thrust area and say we will end violence against women and children? District Aurangabad will take the lead to end violence against women and children. Can we take that one decision? कितना पड़ता है? We need to find a way to respond. We need to find collective conspiracies within each other. एक तरह का collective conspiracy बनाना है आपको एक दूसरे के साथ. किस तरह को humanity को uphold करके रखना है? How do we uphold humanity? How do we collectively conspire to be creating a humane world? We need to do that. We need to find a way to respond. Because no child, no woman, no human being deserves what this child has gone through. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your patience.
To honor our speaker, role model, Sunitha Krishnan.
I want to say one more thing. As I say namaskar to you and bow before your goodness, I request each one of you to ensure that your goodness is translated into action. And that is the greatest tribute we can pay to each of the child that we have rescued. Thank you.
हॅलो, सगळेजण बसून घ्या प्लीज. जाणारे कुणीही जाऊ नका. मी जी गोष्ट मगाशी सांगितली नव्हती ती मला मुद्दाम आता सांगायची की सगळं झाल्यानंतर